Hi, today I would like to present about my encounter with the material which is paper. So, paper does not only mean reading and writing, it is way more than that. So, according to Pakini Kachaba, Kind and Culture 2016, when I was exploring the different kinds of paper, we consider paper as a normal substance which can move us as we work with it. Firstly thing comes in my mind was that paper is made up of all the natural materials, so I was trying to connect it with nature. Like I went outside and first I threw a normal A4 sheet in air, but it didn't work, so I made an aeroplane of it and tried again, and it worked. And it reminds me of my childhood, the same thing we used to do in our childhood. So now as you can see, all different forms of papers, while I was encountering materials such as tissue paper, A4 sheets, colored papers, A4, paper towel, magazines and newspapers. To encounter the movement of paper, I flaps, hovers, tears, rips, waves, flies, rolls, gathers, folds, bends, covers, scatters, magazine, first scatters, yield. I blow the paper out to explore the different meaning and values of paper. I started exploring magazine first as I tear it first, and I was using my sense of listening and observing the sound of it while tearing every single piece of paper of magazine. After this I tried tearing tissue paper also. I also tried tearing pink color A4 sheet and felt different sound. I moved on to newspaper. I tried to fold the newspaper and first and then to see what will happen to the paper. I unfolded the newspaper and the paper became wavy and very kinked. So, as per EYLF principles, material arouse curiosity, foster greater sophisticated and abstract idea, and self-progressive method of wondering following this concept. After I grabbed the pink A4 paper from my left and started folding it on and on, so it ended up like a paper fan. So I remember my childhood when we used to play with our grandmothers. She taught us to how to make paper fans. So later I thought of engaging it with water to make a handle to hold, and it came up like a piece of art. After I moved to explore the interactions of paper with water first, I dipped the squeezed newspaper in the water and then white paper into the water by squashing it later on. I ripped apart the wet paper and the tissue paper, placing them all on a newspaper in wet condition and observing the textures of all the dipped papers after getting wet to see how it felt to me regarding the dry and wet paper. Continuing with this, I engaged the paint in the exploration with the paper, so I dipped wet paper in the water and mixed it with color. So then I started using that wet paper as a paintbrush. So the tissue paper got dyed with the color. I made some dots and random lines that came up with some pieces of beautiful art. This whole process involves pushing ourselves to have varied experience of this material.